Welcome to our discussions on Bhagavad Gita Simple Understanding, episode number 63, text number 62 to 60, text number 62 to 64. Today we'll be discussing on a very important question asked by Arjuna. Before reading that, we'll see the shloka which we had discussed. Okay, the shloka number discussion will be 32. Krishna is explaining here. Atmopamanyena sarvatra samapashyati yo Arjuna sukam va yadi va dukkam sa yogi paramo mataha. Means what is happening is, we know the previous episode and all, Krishna was explaining about what are the qualities of the person who has achieved the yoga, okay, the perfection of yoga. How would he be, what will be his achievements, or nothing. And one must know that the process is very long. Okay, so the translation will say, I'll just read the translation once again. Sanskrit shloka once again. Atma pamanyena sarvatra samam pashyati yo Arjuna sukam va yadi va dukkham sa yogi paramo mataha. Arjuna, he who looks on all as one, on the analogy of his own self, and looks upon the joys and sorrows of all equally, such a yogi is deemed to be the highest of all. This means that an yogi who has attained perfection in yoga sees the sufferings and happinesses of all living entities as his own, and on the analogy of his own self, in the sense, because he has experienced the life above this materialism, he sees the progress of a soul's progress in spirituality. When the soul progresses spiritually, he will give up some attachments, he will develop detachments. So that kind of joy what a person achieves by giving up things, the yogi by seeing them also enjoys. So he feels happy about the progress, spiritual progress made. Similarly, when he sees the sorrows, when a soul is engrossed in materialism and is suffering, he feels pity for the soul because he is suffering in the material world due to his attachments. So in that way, on that analogy, and really elevated and really uh, purified soul yogi will see others' joys and others' sorrows on his own analogy. So that's what it means. Now, basically, this is the description given for a soul who has achieved the ultimate goal of yoga. Such a person who is in neutrality. Okay. Now, okay, all this have been explained. Now, Krishna raises a question, very important question, and this is one of the turning point. We'll understand what it is. Now, Arjuna Vacha Yoyam Yogastvaya Proktah Samayena Madhusudana Etasyaham na pashyami Chanchalatvastititim stiram. Arjuna said, Krishna, owing to the restlessness of mind, I do not perceive the lasting stability of this yoga in the form of equanimity, which you have just spoken of. So not only of this, the previous shloka 3.2, Krishna had also described few things in the shlokas of 3.1 and 3.0 also. One can refer to the previous episode. Now what is Krishna, Arjuna telling is, now Krishna, whatever you have told, like Krishna had explained that one should go to a forest or a hilly area where general people are not there, spread an deer skin, and follow all the rules, sit on it, sit in a posture very straight, and then have this eyes, nose, umbilical cord, everything in the straight line, and concentrate on the tip of the nose. Now all these things Krishna had explained, and do the yoga. Now what Krishna is telling is, now whatever the equanimity you had explained that you have to maintain physically as well as mentally. Mentally, the equanimity is that one should not be affected by the sorrow, one should not be affected by the happiness, one should not be affected by the hunger, thirst, whatever. So all these things were explained. Now Arjuna tells or says to Krishna that, see, whatever you have said is okay, but to maintain this stability for a very long time is very difficult. Even for us to sit in a place and concentrate on a reading for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, we get bored. After 45 minutes or 60 minutes, we get saturated and we want to move away from it. We want to change the topic. Unless it is very interesting, we may stretch it up to 2 hours. Even to watch a movie, what we love, we have an interval. after an hour, right? So there's an interval so that we don't get bored up. We need some space to recover our concentration. So 10 minutes break is given. Not only in movies, in anything, any entertainment field also, there is a break. But what Arjuna is saying is, what Krishna is asking us to do is for a very long time. We get bored. For many years we do the same thing. At one point we get bored and we may leave. So that equanimity to maintain is very difficult for a long period of time. So what is the solution? And also Arjuna explains why he feels it is difficult to maintain this equanimity for a very long time. We'll see that in the next shloka. So Arjuna says, Chanchalahi manaha krishnati baladridam tasyaham nigraham manye vayoriva sudrushkaram. For Krishna, the mind is very unsteady, turbulent, tenacious, and powerful. Therefore, I consider it as difficult to control as the wind. So Arjuna gives a very good analogy that for Krishna, it's easy for you to tell, for us to concentrate on the mind and maintain the equanimity for a long period of time to achieve the ultimate goal. Okay, theoretically it is okay, but practical when we do, it is very difficult to do because the mind is very wavering. It's wavering like the wind. See, we can control fire by using extinguishers. We can control water by building dams and bridges, right? But it is very difficult to control a wind. There is no mechanism, practical mechanism, a physical barrier we can put to the wind. So that's what Arjuna is comparing, that mind cannot be controlled just like a wind. Like the 5 elements, the most difficult to control is the wind. Wind can blow away anything. When there's a huge tornado or a huge storm, a cyclone, we see so many things are uprooted. Government has, the science has advanced such that they can not control many other things. The natural disasters caused by water, or natural disasters caused by the fire or whatever, all those things they have a solution, or they have an idea at least how to control. But for wind there is no idea, there is no way to control. So that is why Arjuna 5000 years back itself is telling that the mind cannot be controlled just like a wind, just like the wind. So this is very important. He says that mind is very unsteady, turbulent, tenacious and powerful. Chanchalahi manaha Krishna pramati balavad dridam. Pramati, unsteady, balavad, very strong, dridam and powerful. Tasya nigraham manye vayoriva sudushkram. Sudushkram means it's very difficult. So you can just imagine 5000 years back when Arjuna was present. At that time Arjuna, a very advanced soul, he himself couldn't control, he himself was doubtful of controlling the mind. He himself was facing difficulties in controlling the mind. Then what to speak of people like us who are living in this modern society? We have so much distractions. At least from last 4 to 5 years, we have mobile phones in our hand, which gives us a huge distraction. The phones just take away our thoughts. Just we open a Facebook or a WhatsApp or a Instagram or whatever, Twitter, any message we open, we just get carried away. Our thoughts get carried away with those messages. So that's the height of distractions we have in this Kali Yuga. So how to do it? How to overcome these distractions? It is impossible. That is what Arjuna is saying to Krishna. Now seeing this, Krishna is going to give solution. Now Arjuna is posting a problem, posting an obstacle. The obstacle is that mind is very unsteady, it's very turbulent, it's very wavering like the wind. How do you control with this kind of mind? For this Krishna is going to answer, and that answer we'll find in the next episode. Please be tuned. So that's how we see that Bhagavad Gita is a very practical book. Krishna is giving solutions to you, and Arjuna is facing some problems in those solutions and is again counter questioning him, and Arjuna is going to answer them. Krishna is going to answer them. Okay, Krishna is going to give solutions for the counter questions asked by Arjuna. So that's how, by reading Bhagavad Gita every day, we can understand how to overcome them. In the next episode, we'll be understanding what is the solution given by Krishna to Arjuna to overcome the waywardness of the mind. For today's class, we'll be ending. Thank you very much.